Star Wars! Just got back from seeing Rogue One. Absolutely brilliant. If you haven't seen it, stop watching this video, drop whatever you're doing, go and watch this film now. I regret waiting this long to go and see it. I should have seen this straight away. This film is absolutely amazing. So the plot of Rogue One is there's this group of people, the rebels, who try to steal the Death Star plans and transmit it to the rest of the rebels so they know how to take down the Death Star. Anything more is spoilers. Leave the video. Go watch the film. If you just don't care about spoilers, okay, keep watching. Last spoiler alert. Okay, here we go. In Rogue One, Jyn Erso, you see her as a young girl, mum gets killed, dad is dragged off to work for the Empire to build them the Death Star. Years pass, and the rebels recruit her and give her the deal that if she helps them find the plans, find this message that her father has sent out, then they let her free because she's committed a lot of crimes. Presuming that you're watching this, you've already seen the film and there's no point me explaining the story to you. Highlights, best moments in my opinion. Vader, I was afraid they'd use him too much. They did not. Vader was used more than he was needed, but everything he was used for was brilliant. That one scene where he comes out of his chamber, whatever fluid, you don't see him get into the armor, but it's him, it's Vader, comes out and tells the commander, "Oh yeah, you've done a good job, yeah. But you caused us a lot of problems. You've done..." There's one bit where they destroy the final remaining Jedi temple using the Death Star. And you're like, oh, no, the bad guys are going to be happy with this. No, Vader's annoyed. Vader's annoyed at this. Because he and the Emperor have had to explain, oh, no, this wasn't a giant super weapon that we're making. No, it was just a mining accident. And then when Vader comes back later and just starts murdering rebels, that was brilliant. The Force being used to knock people into each other, standard Force choke. Impales a guy with a lightsaber. Brilliant. Brilliant use of Darth Vader. I presume that was Carrie Fisher playing, or at least voicing, Princess Leia at the end there. You could tell it was either her and they CGI'd her face to make her look younger, or they've just created a CGI model of Princess Leia, which wouldn't surprise me. Speaking of CGI people, Grand Moff Tarkin, or Admiral Tarkin, and I'm probably still pronouncing Tarkin wrong anyway. He was in the first film controlling the Death Star, so it had to make sense that he was in this one controlling the Death Star. But of course that actor's dead now. He was rather old when they were filming the original trilogy. So for this one he's entirely CG. Whoever they got to do his voice did a great job. I need to look that up. You can tell, when you look at Leia and Tarkin, you can tell they're CG. You can tell it's a computer because there's just something. Your brain goes, okay, that's not quite right, but it still looks incredibly lifelike. They did a great job creating him and Leia. This film ends literally moments or minutes before Episode 3 does. And the last line in this film is Leia gets the plans for the Death Star, gets the Death Star plans, and a character asks her, so what's that? What do we have? Hope. Love it, because title of the next movie, if you're watching them chronologically, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. And then throughout the film there's twice where the line is said, rebellions are built on hope. Nice, it all kind of ties together. Again, presuming you've seen the film, final spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the film, go see it now. Spoilers. Okay, presuming you're gone. Every single member of Rogue One dies. You see them get killed off one by one. I did not expect all of these people to die. It was a good resolution because you don't see them in Episode 4, 5, or 6. One of them dies in an explosion. Another one just finally finishes setting up a transmission to send the plans, and Grenade goes off in the ship he's in, dies. Another one gets shot, keeps fighting, gets shot, keeps fighting, and eventually dies. They all die. Some of them die in the explosion from the Death Star. Just get gunned down by stormtroopers or AT-ATs. Every member of Rogue One dies in this. And even the droid, K2 I think it was, he was great in this. Basically, a sarcastic C-3PO. And even then, it's not intentional sarcasm, he just says whatever the first thing is that pops into his mind. And he sacrifices himself to help him get the Death Star plans. Oh, well, every character sacrifices himself to get the Death Star plans. It's good. It's good. The Death Star, a few things about it. It runs on kyber crystals, which I know... Kyber crystals are, if you don't know, the power source for lightsabers. I know that that was probably, if not definitely, canon, like part of the story, before in the comics and books and whatever else there were. That now that Disney's bought Star Wars and own the rights to it, those no longer count. So that this is them just reaffirming the Death Star is powered by kyber crystals, as are lightsabers. And there's one line which is something along the lines of, because Jyn, the main character, has a kyber crystal on her necklace, given to her by her mother, and her mother says something along the lines of, the strongest or the brightest stars have a heart of kyber. I thought, okay, that's a nice wee compliment to her daughter. But no! That ties in, this kind of makes sense now. In Episode 7, Starkiller Base draws its power from a star, a sun. Presumably, now that we know this is a thing, that star's heart will be kyber crystals. Kyber, the same thing that powers the Death Stars before it, and lightsabers. So it's drawing that power to destroy. Okay, I forgot about this until I was editing the video, but another great thing about this film is it makes up for perhaps what is the biggest joke made about the original trilogy.
Terrific work, so no weaknesses at all, huh?
No.
You hesitated there. Is there something I should know?
No, it's virtually indestructible, like 99.99%.
Okay, wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask what's the .01.
Well, I mean, there's this little hole. It was kind of an aesthetic choice by the architect, and if you shoot a laser into this hole, the station blows up.
Whoa, that sounds like a pretty big design flaw.
A big deal.
Well, I mean, can't we board it up or, put some plywood over it or something?
Well, that would look terrible. I mean, we got to think about resale.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Use the Force, Luke.
Here's the target. No need for all that faster-than-sound flying through the tunnel. I'll do it the easy way. There, that ought to do it.
Which is that the Death Star, this giant big battle station, can be taken down by a hole right on the outside that leads straight to the main reactor. Why is there that big a weakness? How come no one spotted this? And now we find out. Apparently it was a whole setup, it was deliberate sabotage. The guy who created the Death Star, Jyn's father, the main character in Rogue One's dad, knew that they'd just make the Death Star without him. So instead of letting that happen, he worked on it, he built it, he designed it, but added a failsafe. A weakness so small that the Empire wouldn't notice, which is included in the plans. The physical copy of the plans get destroyed at the end of this film, when the Death Star blasts the base they're on, and the transmission is sent to the rebels. So the big, oh, why is there such an obvious weakness? Well, now we know it was deliberately put there. As Jyn and the captain, whose name I've forgotten, are scrolling through the documents, they're searching through an interface in a room next to the physical copies of the plans. They're searching through it to find the Death Star plans themselves. They're scrolling through, and the name of the file right before the actual Death Star plans is Darksaber, or Black Saber, it's one of the two. Which is a thing, there is a black lightsaber in canon as a part of the Star Wars universe. As I was watching this, I'm like, wait, the Empire have these plans now? Is this going to come back up? But no, it can't, because unless there's multiple copies of those plans, the base they're in gets destroyed in a blast from the Death Star, so probably not going to factor into anything, though would have been quite cool to see it come back, though it would have left a lot of people questioning it if they hadn't seen the Clone Wars show. Okay, I think that basically wraps everything up. If you haven't seen the film, go see it now, drop what you're doing, you need to see this film. This film is brilliant. If you don't like Star Wars, watch this film. If you're into like war movies, action movies, go watch this. This might get you into Star Wars. This film is great. So this has been Jack of All Trades. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with my other videos that come out. And then this notification button to get notified when my new videos come out. Feel free to click that as well if you want. Bye. Okay, a side note, only plans I really have for this year is at the end of every month I will be uploading my thoughts on trailers that come out throughout the month. So from January so far, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that's come out yet, but I'll have my thoughts on all the month's trailers that interest me or in any way. So yeah, quick summary of 2016 trailers. Alien Covenant looks great, though it's still tied to Prometheus, which wasn't so great. Boss Baby looks interesting. Could be. I don't know. Baywatch, you've got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it. It's going to be good. Despicable Me 3. I liked Despicable Me. I like Despicable Me 2. I didn't like Minions. Hopefully they can learn from their mistakes and successes and make another good film. Going Out in Style. Morgan Freeman's in this. Same as The Rock. This film will be good. The new Power Rangers movie. I'm hyped. If it really is, as I've heard some rumors and people saying, if it really is based on Dino Thunder, that was my series. That was my favorite Power Ranger series. This one would be great if it is. Spider-Man Homecoming. It's Marvel. It will be marvelous. This film will be brilliant. Even if they only show the scenes they've showed in the trailer, this film will be good. The villain might be lackluster, but the film will be good. The Circle. I'm intrigued, but wary. Same as The Cure for Wellness. I'm intrigued to see where these movies go. The Lego Batman movie. The Lego movie was good. Smash hit, mash it in with Batman. I can't see this film going wrong. But even if you sit down in the cinema to watch this film, plug your ears, close your eyes for every scene that isn't in the trailers. You will still laugh at this. This will still be a funny film. Hopefully a good one as well. The Mummy, starring Tom Cruise. Just why? I know money, but why are you making this film? If it's a bad film, you won't make money. War of the Planet of the Apes. I liked the previous films. Hopefully I'll like this one too. Transformers. The Last Night. Michael Bay, stop. You're drunk on your power. Stop making these films now. I didn't go to see the previous ones. I saw the first film. I got it on DVD. I liked the original Transformers. The second one, no. The third one was okay. And no, I'm not going to pay to see any more of these. These are getting worse. The Emoji Movie. Never mind. Apparently it can get worse. Why are they making a movie based on emojis? I know the Angry Birds movie was moderately successful. But why emojis? The emojis in the trailer don't even look like emojis. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Baby Groot. This film... the first Guardians of the Galaxy is up there. It's definitely one of my favourite Marvel films. Hopefully the second one can do better than it. Actually, if the second one can do better than the original, it will be my favourite Marvel movie. So, thanks for watching. I'll be doing this same sort of thing, just briefly talking through trailers that come out throughout the month at the end of each month. So, thanks for watching again. See you in the next video. Bye.